welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for today's reading, I'm going to be pulling guidance messages of graduation. So for those of you who resonated with the title, specifically the aspects of closing off certain aspects in cycle, that's what I want to sort of get clarity on, because I know when you're closing off cycles and starting new beginnings, sometimes it can feel a lot blurry. So that is the purpose of this reading, okay? So if that's something that you resonate with, let's go ahead and see. For pile number 1, we have Selenite Wand. For pile number 2, we have Angel Aura. Look at me all fancy with my nails. I promised myself that when I was done with my murals, I was going to get my nails done, so that way they wouldn't get all ugly. For pile number 3, we have the Smoky Quartz. Alright, loves, before you head off to your piles, I do want to let you know that I will be gone for a week. I will be closing off my aspects of cycles and preparing myself for new beginnings on the beaches of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So I'm super excited for that. I can feel that it's going to be profound for me, and so I'm excited to get back and see what new beginnings we have to offer in regards to collective messages and where we're headed. Alright, loves? So, I'll see you at your piles. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Selenite Wand, then you're at the right place. So, first things first, I want to pull from this little deck that I made to sort of just get like a really narrowed down energy as far as what it is that you're closing off, what it is that you're graduating from. Okay, so we have Manifesting Pro. We have Releasing Your Most Recent Heartbreak. And we have Showing Yourself Compassion. So right away, these 3 energies are feeling like a full blend. Yeah, you're like well-rounded in what it is that you're graduating from. Sorry, I did my nails and I cannot do anything. I like the idea of having my hands look cute, but I'm not very, like, functional, right? So, showing yourself compassion, coming out of a place of lack of self-worth, coming out of a place of really, I'm hearing struggling to find yourself, but also striving to find yourself. I feel like you're the type of person who is your own worst critic at times, and sort of I feel like what you've been focused on is really not being so hard on yourself, and I feel like that may have been something that you had to have dug deep in order to pull on this compassion, because I feel like your energy is sort of giving me like somebody who outpours of themselves but has a difficult time redirecting that inward. Okay, so I feel like in this cycle you've been forced to really like tend to yourself, nurture yourself, and you may have experienced like times of lowered energy, or maybe even like some health issues that you were facing that were sort of like forcing you to take a step back and really allow yourself the opportunity to experience your own compassion, right? Because if somebody else isn't showing you, or other people, you can't expect to receive that which we need. Like, we have to offer it to ourselves, right? We can't expect to receive it anywhere outwardly. And I feel like that's something that you've done. You've mastered that. We have Releasing Your Most Recent Heartbreak. So that would resonate with the Selenite. You know what? Yes. 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 When I was preparing to record, I kept on hearing this song in my head, and I thought, well, I really like the song, right? But I just I couldn't get those words out of my head, and it's like an EDM song. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it says, I love the moonlight, fuck the sunshine, your sweet, sweet goodbye. So the Selenite being representative of the moon, right? Going within, really delving into those emotions, and then sort of saying like, having processed those deep emotions of going within, being able to then, you know, release that heartbreak and say goodbye, sweet, sweet goodbye. And we have Manifesting Pro. So I really think that in this cycle that you were closing off, there may have been a lot of releasing of resistance to whatever it is that you were trying to manifest. So with that being said, if that resonates with what you have been going through, look, stand your ground. That's an energy that I was picking up before. I started recording with sort of like, you may have been the person that didn't really like speak up for yourself in previous cycles. May have found yourself feeling, you know, taken for granted, taken advantage of, sort of getting like the vibe of like the short end of the stick in a lot of situations, because not being able to like find the courage or your own, you know, self-empowerment to be able to speak up on certain things. So with Stand Your Ground, that's something that you're definitely gained. You're graduating into a place of real groundedness, into a place of really knowing. I feel like having a sense of direction. So what guidance messages or clarity does pile number 1 need to know? Actually, let me do clarifiers instead of just messages. So we have card number 3 with Blossoming Abundance. I love that. You are Manifesting Pro. Releasing any resistance or releasing any lack of self-worth is strongly what I'm getting. We have Fire Guardian with Ignite Your Passions. So there's definitely, I feel like inspired action coming forward in this new cycle that you're going to. So any resistance, like I said, that you may have had, any self-doubt. And then we have, oh, sorry, I'm just jumping around, right? Any self-doubt that you may have had, like that's going to be really like let go of as you close this cycle off, as you're graduating, right? In this energy. And being able to just really like, since there's no more resistance, just pursue whatever it is that you feel guided to pursue, to experience, right? Card 66 with White Raven Spirit with Trust in the Magic. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. That's how you put yourself into the place of manifesting, is trusting, right? Trusting that whatever it is that you are seeing is just an illusion, and everything is energy first and foremost. So I feel like you're a Manifesting Pro. I feel like you have been clearing out your energy and ridding it of anything that was dense that may have been blocking any of your manifestations, or anything that was blocking your sense of self-worth. So the main thing I feel is this. This feels like the most dominant energy in releasing your most recent heartbreak that is like really pushing you forward. It sort of feels like the gasoline or the coals behind your engine. All right. So clarify Blossoming Abundance for pile number 1, please. We have Justice. Things coming into balance for sure. Yeah, that's an energy that I was definitely getting. I feel like you have a strong sense of give and take. So therefore, really putting yourself in a place of balance, you taking initiative, you taking direction, you taking the lead on cutting back what it is that you're giving, or giving more, if you know what I mean, like correcting energy exchange. Please clarify Fire Guardian in regards to pile number 1's passions. The 8 of Cups. Anything that was holding you back, or any previous experiences of what you would consider to be a failure, or lack of success, lack of evidence, of success in whatever it is that you may have pursued, that you felt in life in general that would emotionally fulfill you. That is what you're releasing, right? You're releasing that, and I feel like that's really, like I said, the driving force. That's the main thing. You being able to do that just really puts you in a place of empowerment, pile number 1, okay? So that is the main thing you're graduating from, is rejuvenating, regenerating. regenerating yourself. Sorry, sometimes yeah. White Raven Spirit, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, you're definitely like ascending in the amount of knowledge that you're turning into wisdom. Ooh, I love that. It's sort of like things that you've learned, that's what you're doing. Yes, remember? I love the moonlight, fuck the sunshine. Just kidding. Sweet, sweet goodbye. Releasing anything but. How do you release what it is that you've experienced in regards to heartbreak specifically? Well, you have to digest it. You digest it and then you release it. Just like anything else in life, right? So digesting it, going back, reflecting, gaining the knowledge. So now that I know, what is knowledge, right? Whatever it is that you know because you experienced it. So now that I know that going into this, this, and this, taking this, this, and this actions leads to this, this, and this, what do I do with that? What can I do with that, right? Taking this into the next relationship, taking this into any aspects of your life, right? Because you can have experience in relationships that you can take lessons from into other aspects of your life, not necessarily just in new relationships, but I feel like that's strongly what you're doing. This is what's really putting you in a place of empowerment and allowing you to ascend, as I heard, is that you have mastered transmutation. Being able to get in there, access the knowledge, figure out what you can do with it. What can I take from that? Okay, I can take this and use it towards this, and whatever else there was nothing to gain from, digest it and release it. Sweet, sweet goodbye. I love that for you. Yeah, that's where I'm going to close you off. I intended for these to be short readings, but you are graduating with flying colors. You are what, like alma mater? Is that a thing? No, that's not it. For me. Something else, but you know what I mean, right? Magna cum laude, is that what it is? Alright, I'm going to stop. I wish you guys a wonderful week, and I will see you when I'm back. Until we vibe again. Hi, pal number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this angel aura, then you're at the right place. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get your main little graduation degrees or whatever. Your baby diplomas that I made right before this reading. Alright, so what is pile number 2? Graduating from. Messages about pile number 2 and what it is they are graduating from. What aspects are they closing off? What aspects is pile number 2 closing off? I feel like there's one or two more. There's one. Any more? Are there any other aspects for pile number 2? Okay, yeah. I keep on doing these funny little things, like, you know what I mean? To see if it, like, I'm playing tricks. I'm doing experiments. I'm playing with spirit and seeing what experiments happen, you know? Y'all saw me shuffle. Magnifying your bad bitch energy. PhD, pile number 2. You have a PhD in magnifying your bad bitch energy. And that one was a trick also, just to see if spirit was like, you know, doing its thing. Standing in your power. I love that. Energy balance on point. Ooh, these are high degrees. And trusting yourself. I love that. Okay. This feels like embracing self. You've just got a PhD in embracing self. Feeling capable is what I'm getting with standing in your power and magnifying your bad bitch energy. Although I did intended as like a joke, just like the last time when I intended this super ultra mega romance as a joke. I meant it, right? I meant it to a certain degree, but I joked with it. What is bad bitch energy? Well, it's just embracing who you are, all aspects of it. Whatever you see to be your strengths, whatever you also could view as your weaknesses, your flaws, your imperfections, and embracing all of them in a whole, not separating or nitpicking certain aspects as, you know, your positive ones, negative ones, not nitpicking, not judging, just embracing. Just embracing. That's what a bad bitch is. She knows who she is. She doesn't try to be anything other than who she is. And that's energy, right? You can tell. You can tell when somebody's being authentic. You can tell when somebody, and if you're not good at telling, because some people are just like, I just assumed always my entire life to like a good point in my adulthood that everybody read energy the way that I did, that everybody just was experienced that way, you know, and so it was a shock to me to understand that some people don't know. They just don't. So you, pile number 2, you sense, right? You're very authentic with your energy, but have the capacity to sense when somebody's being real with you. That's also bad bitch energy. It's just being able to like check someone is sort of what I'm saying. Like, I see you. I see you. Being able to call someone out is sort of what I'm getting. Also, finding your voice, standing in your power, trusting yourself. That's a big one. Ooh, I love that this came out, because now I'm just having like all of these little flashbacks of moments within the past few months where I've been in situations where I've just been like, I don't know what to do. And feeling an inclination and impulse and being like, that's stupid. Just like doing a reading in the midst of trying to pack up and get everything ready for my trip tomorrow. Like, who does that? Why? Why is that necessary, Spirit? Why do I need to be doing a reading right now? But here I am doing a graduation ceremony. JK. Trusting yourself. Trusting those things. They may not make sense. And a lot of this journey and this cycle has been, you know, trying and true to see, you know, what you're capable of putting aside as far as doubts and fears. And I can resonate with that 100% with fears. I feel like this whole past year has been a whole lesson after lesson after lesson of facing fears. And I feel like you can resonate with that. Pile number 2 is just really pushing past all of that, and just once you get to a certain point of like pushing through a wall of fear, pushing through a wall of fear, pushing through a wall of fear, all of a sudden it's just like, it's not that scary anymore. Like, yes, I still go up to the wall and I'm just like, eek. It's scary. But once you push through it, just the fear immediately goes away. It's sort of like giving birth. You feel all the pain, you feel all the pain, you feel all the pain for hours. But as soon as that baby comes out, instantly pain is gone, right? That's sort of like this, the fear. You just, the moment, like there's a lot of buildup, and the moment you push past that door, then all of a sudden it's just like, whew, instant relief, whatever the outcome, who cares what the outcome was, because I pushed past my fear, and that's already a success in itself. Then we have energy balance on point. So this has been a strong message, and I've been bringing it up in readings, especially in pile number 2 with energy exchange and keeping things balanced for yourself, keeping yourself priority, your reservoir, if you will, of flow. Because pile number 2 is a very loving energy. It is the energy of love. And so that I feel you are graduating into a place of strong boundaries to not allow anybody to take advantage of all the love that you have to offer, because you want to offer it. Pile number 2, you want to offer that love, but you're just not willing to offer it to anybody who's a taker. You want to offer it to somebody who is worthy and somebody who sees the value in what it is that you are giving, because you're giving like pure golden what are they kind of like? Oasis, like, what do you call it? Like when it's like land that's untouched and so everything is so much more valuable. That's sort of what I'm getting. I can't find the word, and I'm not going to try to think of it anymore. I give up. Please give me messages for pile number 2 in regards to what it is they are graduating, closing off, or anything that they need to know at this time. Sorry I took forever to get to all the cards, but oh well. She-wolf. I love this. Unleash the wild within. This is about the energy you're embracing and moving into. And that's what I said. It's just like fearless. Like I said, once you push back so many of those walls and push through, you're just like, hey, this isn't so bad. Like, yeah, I can sort of get used to just acknowledging that this fear that I'm feeling is temporary. And once I push through the fear wall, instant relief. Keep pushing through. I can keep pushing through. I can keep doing that, knowing that as soon as I break through, it's going to be instant relief versus just assuming the fear remains past the fear wall, okay? Card 63, Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. I'll get to that right now. I'm getting mixed messages for that. Card 67, Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. You might resonate with pile number 1. I literally said that. That was a strong message for pile number 1. Card 47, The Thinking Woman. And we have card 39, 5th chakra, so voice. That's a huge part of standing in your power and magnifying your bad bitch energies, being able to speak your truth, okay? When you're able to speak from an authentic place, and it doesn't have to be a rude place, like I said, putting people in their place sometimes, which is a strong message in pile number 1. Was that a message in pile number 1, or did I make that up? I don't know. But regardless, let me clarify all of these really quick before I go off my point. Being able to speak your truth. Regardless of, like I said, putting people in their place. Like, you can do that, like, in a kind way. Like, you don't, I feel like a lot of people hesitate to speak up because they feel like there's going to be some sort of, like, conflict or some sort of tension, which I understand. But here's the thing. You can communicate stuff. LOL, me all mad. You can okay, that's it. I got thrown off for a loop. I'm gone. There's love messages wanting to pop through. Oh, for the new cycle. Yes, for the new cycle. Okay, there. I'm not mad anymore. I'm just like, no, we don't need to be going backwards anymore, right? It's about fresh energy. Closing off, trusting yourself, standing in your power, keeping energy in balance, and... Alright. So... yeah, that's exactly what this feels like. Moments of break and moments of action. So this is trusting your intuition. Intuitive action. Usually I hear inspired action. Right now I'm strongly hearing intuitive action. Taking intuitive action, right? She's looking up at, well, she's actually with her eyes closed, intuitively trusting what it is that she's getting from the moon. So having moments of break, and that's literally what I keep on picturing, is having moments of break, rest, and then all of a sudden embracing the she-wolf energy and pushing through fear walls, and then getting to moments of break, because it is a lot of energy. Like, energetically, when you have a lot of resistance to something, it takes a lot of energy to muster up the strength, the courage to push through that fear and take whatever actions you feel guided to take. So I feel like that's a good part of balance, energy balance on point, knowing that you need to go through moments of buildup, trust it, take intuitive actions, whether they make sense or not, and then resting, because you did build up and use a lot of energy. So taking that moment to rest and recharge. Yeah, we'll go with recharge. We have card Vulture Spirit 63, and then to clarify it is death. Okay, so literally nothing is wasted with a vulture, right? That comes and picks at whatever's left of dying flesh. That's turning knowledge into wisdom. That's all clicking now. Okay. So literally, you are not letting anything go to waste. Anything that you've closed off in this cycle that you're closing off that's amplifying your bad bitch energy, amplifying, magnifying your bad bitch energy. So how do you, it's transmutation, which I mentioned in pile number 1. So once again, I feel like pile number 1 and 2 have been resonating lately, and then 3 just takes on like its own little island on its own of energy. But I completely lost what I was saying. Vulture spirit comes and picks apart and turns knowledge into wisdom. So I feel like that's what you've been doing. Like, you've mastered the art of transmutation, and you, pile number 2, like, no, this is not just reflecting and finding what can be picked and used as a resource. No, you are like picking and picking and picking for any little strand that you can turn into some wisdom, which makes you a very full database of wisdom. You've got a lot of wisdom, pile number 2, because of that. Because you've dissected your experiences, specifically the darker ones. You've dissected them, and I can resonate with that so deeply that you've picked it apart and taken anything that can be gained from it. Any little aspect that you feel could be turned into something that you can use for future experience to navigate the world. You're doing that, and that's beautiful. That's putting you also in a place of power. That's allowing you to magnify your bad bitch energy. Now, we move into what feels like energy of love. Pile number 2, right? The energy of love, the energy of union. This could also be balance. So if this has nothing to do with a person, which it doesn't have to be, right? This is energy. So this is just of what would feel like a union of love. But that could be internal. That could be external. Take it however it resonates. I feel like there's energies of balance. So it could be within you, your masculine and feminine energy coming into balance after perhaps being sort of off balance while closing off previous cycles, but really coming to a firm place of balance in this new cycle that you're about to begin. For those of you that this is a person, having a connection that felt same thing, that felt like if it was out of balance, especially in the give and take. Especially even in the give and take, if that sort of felt like it was really off balance and it wasn't being reciprocated equally. I feel like in this new cycle, whether it's somebody you're already in an existing connection with or a new person, it could be a new person too, because we do have 2 aces. New beginning, right? Fresh start, literally. These new cards literally indicate fresh new start. But like I said, if it's an existing connection, if it was off balance, it's coming into balance in this new cycle. If it's not an existing connection, if there's nobody and you're completely single, there could be a new person coming in that will make you feel very balanced. That will feel like a perfect balance to complement your energy. Now let me read this as separate. The thinking woman with I can't remember which one was which. If the Ace of Cups clarified this one or this one. I'm going to assume that this is the thinking woman thinking about what it is that you want. No, that's advice. No, that's not advice. That's guidance. Guidance about really being sure about what it is that you want as far as emotional fulfillment. Because I feel like emotional fulfillment is heavy in what it is that you are manifesting for yourself in this new cycle. And I feel like your spirit or your higher self or guides, whatever, is wanting you to be very clear, to think about, even write it out. Sometimes that helps, right? Like I've done that, like when I'm trying to manifest, where I'll write out like certain characteristics or like try to get as detailed as I can. Obviously, mind you, the universe knows what's best for us, but at least to have like a strong sense of. So that may be something you might want to do, or just internally, right? Just really focus on what it is that you want. Like have it clear. If you have like a broad vision, like I would like a happy family, that's very broad. Be more specific. If you're just like, I would like a divine partner who loves me, that's very broad. Be more specific, okay? Throat chakra and stabilizing. stabilizing your throat chakra in this new cycle. Ooh, this feels good. This does feel like power. This feels like, actually, if those of you are taking some sort of like platform in regards to expression, so that doesn't have to be like communication, it could be however it is that you express yourself, right? Creatively, even, especially creatively. It having a firm foundation in this new cycle, creating a firm foundation in however it is that you creatively express yourself, especially if it's like career based, is what I'm strongly getting. Okay, so yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope these messages resonated. I was gonna apologize for being all over the place, but like, I should just stop, right? Y'all know what you're into when you watch me. But that is what I got for you, pile number 2. Yeah, let me know how this resonated in the comments, and I will see y'all when I get back from my trip. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this smoky quartz, then you're at the right place. So, first things first, let me pull these little graduation diplomas. Just kidding. Degrees, whatever you want to call them. I just want to see what you are closing off in this cycle, okay? What is pile number 3 currently? That one feels like it wants to come out. What is pile number 3 currently releasing, closing off, graduating from? Either or. Pile number 3. Yeah, that feels like it. Alright, so we have releasing karmic connections. We have rising above the daggers. Ugh, why does pile number 3 always take off this heavy energy? Oh, Chloe, don't knock my thing down. And then we have mastering the art of disconnecting. So it feels like heaviness, right? Rising above the daggers, all the times that you've been betrayed, backstabbed. Chloe! Okay, sorry. Chloe kept on messing with the thing. She's out to get me. Just kidding. Okay, let's get into this energy. Rising above the daggers is giving me there has been a lot of challenge, maybe a lot of backstabbing, maybe a lot of fear. I'm sort of seeing like the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, a lot of swords actually. Okay, so that's what it is. Rising above all those daggers, rising above all those swords. So despite the fear, despite the Okay, so for some of y'all, I feel like you have graduated from pushing past fears. For some of y'all, I feel like this is something like you're just almost over the hurdle of pushing past fear of something. But it feels like really something that's really got you shaking in your boots. What is it? Well, I might pull tarot on that, actually. Mastered the art of disconnecting and releasing karmic connections is essentially the same thing. So closing off to people that just don't serve your journey, just don't serve your highest purpose, just don't sort of contribute to the life that it is that you're wanting to lead, to experience, to embody. And this just means cutting out energies that are negative, that are dense, that create imbalance. So these could be like energy vampires as well, like people who just like need a lot of but don't really offer anything in return. This could also be, what is this? Not that. Yeah, toxic energy, toxic behaviors. This could be with family. Maybe like codependency. Like needing a lot of reassurance, but having Yeah, like having the need to have a lot of reassurance. This could be like in friendships and relationships, in family. I'm getting like mixed messages. What am I seeing? Oh, my bad. I forgot I got so dumb. Anyways, um, yeah, let's just get your cards. There's toxicity. I have to say, my candles are saying that there's toxicity. Shed old skin. Is this behaviors? Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing. You're in the process. There feels like there's a little bit of resistance. You may not feel like you're making much progress, but your guys want you to know that you are, to just keep pushing. Because what you may feel as like a struggle that you're losing is actually an illusion. Because any effort that you take towards pushing through what feels like heavy, dense energy, yeah, you have strong intention with intend and create. The energy is what matters most versus what it is that you're seeing. If you feel like you're in a struggle, but your energy is in the mind place of intention, like I intend that this struggle is going to get me towards, that's all that matters, right? Versus what it is that you're seeing. I feel like if there's any, for some of y'all, it's resistance. For others of y'all, it's toxic behaviors. So take that only if it resonates, okay? Because I'm not trying to like trigger anybody. Toxic behaviors can be anything as easy as like having an inclination towards something and shutting it down. You know what I mean? Like it just depends. It's something that you do that is holding you back. That's what a toxic behavior, a toxic pattern is. So like I said, it can literally be anything. Anything can become essentially toxic if you allow it, or it becomes in some way like a hindrance. So take that. You're gonna know. You're gonna be the only one that knows what that is, right? This is a general reading. Yeah, that's I keep on getting this thing of like you climbing a mountain and you having this like vision that what am I even doing? Why am I even climbing this mountain still? Like the odds are against me. There's like a blizzard. I'm not well prepared. I can't even see, where I'm hiking towards, and I have no sense of how much longer I'm getting towards my destination. And so for you, it's sort of like being in a challenge, but having strong intention, like I still want to get there. But then like in the midst of what you're seeing, being like, what is the point? Why am I even trying? You know what I mean? Like having a lot of it's like your intention is like having hope, but then your mindset at the same time, your mindset is having hope, but your mindset at the same time is putting in the resistance. So it feels very, there's an illusion that you have, like, what's the point? You don't see any progress. You don't, there's a little bit of, like heavy, I don't know. There's a lot of mixed energies here, but regardless, I just want to say that there's an illusion about how much progress you're making. Okay? Take that how it resonates. Because rising above the daggers keeps on standing out to me, and I feel like I keep on seeing you rising, like rising. You're moving, even though you don't really see that you're getting closer and closer towards what your intention is, because you're in the midst of paying attention to only what it is that you're experiencing, which is normal, right? That's what it's hard to manifest sometimes, because it's hard to like trust that energetically things are shifting when you're not really seeing them in the physical. Okay, sorry, I took forever to pull cards. We have Father Sky and Trust in the Unknown. We have, yeah, literally, did I not just see that? Like, yeah, like being able to push through even though you can't really see, what's in front of you. Card number 30, Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. And then we have card 25 with Deceit. All right, let me pull some tarot on this, because I want to pull tarot on Rise Above the Daggers. I told you there was toxic energies. There's like a little dense energy in your reading that's wanting to come through. And I don't know why, because this is supposed to be like what you're closing off. But it sort of feels like what it is that you're challenged with at this time. The King of Cups, he came out in reverse. That's to clarify deceit. Okay, rise above the daggers. Clarify the main message you want me to relay to pile number 3 in regards to the daggers. Knight of Wands. Didn't I get this message the last time about putting defenses down? That's sort of what I'm getting. Rising above your inclination to put defenses up. I don't know where your card went. Oh, there it is. 6 of Swords. Six of Swords is moving away from something. And so the only thing that I can think of as a clarifier here for the Knight of Wands rising above the daggers, and then the Six of Swords in regards to releasing something in order to move forward, right? Naturally there's something that you want to move forward towards. Okay, Knight of Wands, please clarify. We have Justice and the Lovers. Oh, that's going to be so confusing. Okay, sorry. This feels like it's turning into a love reading, but that would make sense. That would make sense, because if you're disconnecting from any toxic behaviors, there may be purpose for that in your intention and wanting to disconnect from. I feel like there might be people, but in some cases it feels like a strong pattern. People or pattern, again with the double piece. Father Sky, trust in the unknown. We have the Fool and the Ten of Swords, literally closing off a cycle and putting yourself in the energy of embracing and taking a leap of faith. Grasshopper Spirit, clarifying. I'll get into the love reading, sorry. It's just that it feels heavy and complicated. Didn't you guys get the twin flame one the last time? Oh, it's you guys again, isn't it? Sorry. The twin flame energy is so heavy and it's so triggering for me. The Hermit to clarify the Grasshopper Spirit. Okay. I'm going to put this aside because I have a feeling this deceit in the King of Cups is sort of like in connection to the love reading. So I'm going to put that aside. Let me sit with this energy. I'm going to pause. Okay, pile number 3. It has been a long time. I'm telling you, I'm getting like old man energy. Both of these old men. It just tells me that it's been a long time. It's been a long time since you felt ready or interested. Not ready. Maybe ready. If I said it, then it must mean something to someone, right? Having gone through a long period of time of not feeling ready, of not feeling open. Is this a love reading? I feel like this is like a whole ass love reading. I'm trying to make it not so that way it can like resonate for more than in the way that it needs, but take it however you resonate with it, okay? I'm just going to relay the messages so as not to be confusing and separating and making it more of a fuss. This strongly feels like a love reading. Why? Because the disconnecting, releasing karmic connections. What was the last one we had? Rising above the daggers. It just feels like you've been through the damn ringer when it comes to your experiences, when it comes to love. It may have been one experience. It may have been a lifetime of experiences that you've gathered in regards to connecting with others in intimate relationships is what I'm strongly getting, okay? The strong guidance, is this guidance or is this what you're closing off? It's what you're closing off. You're graduating because I feel like there was a long period of time that you weren't focused on releasing karmic connections, that you were not disconnecting, even though you knew that certain energies within your environment were affecting you in like a non-productive way, right? Not contributing anything towards your journey, towards your dream, towards your goals, towards your everything. It feels like for a long time, you know, that's the way you were experiencing life. Sort of closed off is sort of what I'm getting. With the Ten of Swords, yeah, you've been through some shit. Remember I said I kept on seeing swords? Well, the swords showed up. Rising through the daggers. All of the daggers that you may have experienced, I feel like you're graduating as far as like letting that go. Disconnecting, Ten of Swords, releasing, Ten of Swords. I feel like you're graduating in something, and maybe you've been taking this course for a minute now with the old man. Maybe you've been in college for a good 30 years on this one or something. Just kidding. But it's something that you held on to, and I hate that for you because it feels like this like witheredness. However, this witheredness in hope, like you're having to find that hope somewhere and be like, dust that off. Oh yeah, there's some hope back there. Something like that. But it feels like renewed. You're coming out of that darkness with your little lantern, being guided, like, whoa, like you woke up from your slumber and you're just like, oh, there's somewhere I gotta be. After being in hermit mode in my cave, okay, well, if my light is lighting up and it's guiding me towards something, then I guess I must come out of my slumber. And trust in the unknown. This, like, somehow this feels like they're the same man in two different decks, right? The energy of trusting in the universe right here with the eagle, a higher perspective, and all of that bolts of lightning, like trusting that the universe has the power to know what it is that you want and guide you in that direction. I feel like a strong connection because look at the power held within. The lantern indicates your intuition, your soul, what it is that you hold within. So right here having like this outside universal guidance, and right here having internal universal guidance, all of that within you. This old man coming out because he feels guided by the universe, connecting to him within to tell him that it's time to come out of hermit mode, that it's time to come out from sleep mode, from retreat, from being in the bear cave for hundreds of years. He's coming out. And he's embracing new energy. He's embracing the full energy. That's what makes it beautiful, is he comes out from being like this old man, of having this, it felt like lifetimes of waiting around for change is sort of what I'm hearing. And then all of a sudden change shows up and offers you a way to release all of this and feeling, giving you the opportunity to embrace new energy. Take a leap of faith and the Fool are literally the same energy, connecting beautifully, right? With trusting that fresh energy, that anything is possible, optimism. And I feel like this is love for you, okay? I'm going to connect it now with the love reading because I feel like whatever awoke you out of your 100-year slumber and really pushed you towards releasing. Remember, that's what you're getting your degree in today. You're graduating and releasing, finally, which you've been holding on to for hundreds of years, and embracing and embodying this new energy. So that's the cute little story, right? But then we get all this heavy twin flamey energy. If it were just that easy. However, it is about choice. And there is a lot of feeling of potential impulsiveness, like a part of you that feels very impulsive with the Knight of Wands to do something, to say something, in regards to the connection, to take some sort of action in regards to the connection, but then pulling yourself back. Okay, there is heavy doubt, there is heavy fear. I feel like there's a potential for a mask being worn. It's emotions not being expressed, because with the deceit here, immediately what I got was the Five of Swords, which is like, yeah, like not showing true self, like not being completely honest. And then with the King of Cups coming out in reverse, it sort of feels like emotions. Like you or the other person in this. Let me clarify that though, because we do have the Lovers and we do have Justice. So if this is in balance, I'm wondering if the Justice was to clarify that this would come into balance in this new cycle as you close off releasing and embodying, taking a leap of faith towards, because this is also the energy of release, right? The Six of Swords is moving away from, and it would like completely okay, well, I'm not going to reach for that, but rise above rise above the daggers is essentially the same thing. You're moving away from. That's this. That's what you're graduating from, okay? That's very clear to me now. Now, what you're moving forward into is a place of more balance. This might resonate with phone number 2. A place of more balance. We have Justice and we have the Lovers. So there also may be some sort of like choice or decision needing to be made, because the Lovers can be that sort of like energy of like being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision that will have powerful impact in sort of like the direction that this connection will go. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I do want to clarify the deceit a little bit more. What does pile number 3 need to know about this deceitful energy? Or the mask that's being worn in this connection? Page of Swords. It's about communication. So there's something not being communicated. What guidance do you want to offer to pile number 3 in regards to this? There's a Nine of Swords that I said I felt in the beginning. Being anxious. That's not guidance. That's just letting me know that you're anxious. About a decision. This literally feels like the same reading from the other day. I'm just like, why Spirit Guides? Do you keep having me repeat the same? I want to know what I can offer you to help you shift out of this energy. So, if at all, is there anything I can offer pile number 3 in order to help them shift their energy towards more ease in this connection? Oh, I feel like you're like, no. I feel like you responded to me. You're just like, no, I'm just going to sit here and be grumpy. Stop. Pile number 3. What can I offer them? Page of Wands. I don't know. Let me get like a little energy as far as what to expect. No, not what to expect. Not that. What do they need to know about their person, right? Maybe that'll put you at ease. What is the energy of pile number 3's person towards them? Maybe that'll help put them at ease if they know where their person's at. What is the energy of pile number 3's person towards them? Ooh, 6th chakra and the cornucopia. This person may be connecting with you. I was going to say this person may be connecting with you in the 5D, and then this is so twin flamey, I swear. Yeah, your person's reciprocating the energy, which doesn't surprise me because it's so twin flamey as far as like with the mirroring. You, pile number 3, showed up here to my reading in the Knight of Swords energy when it comes to some sort of decision in regards or communication or putting things into balance in regards to this connection. There's something that's giving you anxiety about that. Maybe like being unsure how to put things into balance, or if you have any power to anyways. Okay, so what else can you tell me about pile number 3's person's energy towards them at this time? We love you. Card 44, woman holding a heart. This person is holding their heart for you. I'm seeing like somebody holding like a giant Valentine's teddy bear that's like double, triple their size, and that's like they're just like squeezing the big old teddy bear and holding it for dear life. And I feel like that's how your person's energy is in regards to you. Like they're just energetically like bear hugging you, but yet this is what you're experiencing probably from this person, is just like anxiousness, sort of. Yeah, both of you guys are experiencing the same thing. Why? Okay, what else can you tell me about how pile number 3's person, same thing, they feel like they can't take any action towards you at this time for whatever reason. They feel stuck. Clearly, right? They feel stuck somehow. Anything else? I don't know how this is going to help you. The door to personal healing and happiness. Your person is focused on their door to personal healing and happiness. How does this person feel about pile number? How does this person feel about pile number 3? How does... This person wants a new start with you, but this person, like, that's probably what's giving them anxiety. Your person feels potentially like there's a lot they don't know, that there's a lot of secrets that you have from them, and therefore it just feels like a lack of safety. And with this 3 of Cups in this specific deck always gives me like very like player vibes. So they might like have that impression of you. Yeah, the Knight of Wands was here too. That's that player card. That may be something that's in the patterns that I was picking up on earlier. So you or your person may have that impression, or actually that might be a mirrored impression of each other. That you both have this impression. Whether it's true or not is another thing, but for whatever reason, you both might have that impression of each other, and it's a mirrored thing. That's something that you're being guided to let go of. Because the Death card, number 13, came out specifically in regards to me focusing on this mirrored feeling. I was trying to tap in to see if it was mirrored, if you were both feeling that, and I was feeling that yes, that it's something that you're both maybe working on closing off. Yeah. This feels like insecurity now that I'm thinking about it. Like both of you have insecurities about what the other may have been keeping. Something like that. But at the end of the day, like, this is what you both want with each other. The 10 of Cups. It's still twin flaming. I don't know if I helped you out at all, okay? There's really no, like, I really don't know what to offer in this case, just to tell you that this person is feeling everything that you feel towards them, towards you. So if you're loving on them, they're loving on you. If you're anxious with them, they're anxious on you. This is mirrored energy, so if you guys are connected energetically, which you are, then yeah, That's what's gonna happen. Okay, let me get another card. Anyways, you're graduating. Disconnecting. How is this reading this long? OMG, you're reading. They were all supposed to be like 10 minutes. Yours is about to be 30. Choose love. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. Card number 21. That's your guidance, okay? Look, pile number 3, let me be real with you. Your energy has been coming up. If you're a consistent pile number 3, if not, if this is your first time watching, I'm not sorry. I don't mean to be rude. But pile number 3, this energy has been very consistent. Let me just say, it's very twin flaming, and the only thing that I can say is if you are focused on wanting union in this twin flame connection and trying to push past anything that might be keeping you from that. What I can tell you as far as the energetics, the only one true thing I do know about twin flamey connections is that the best way to bring in alignment is to be in alignment with yourself. So if there's a lot of anxious putting focus on what the other person's doing, yeah, it's important to put the focus on self and putting yourself in a strong place of why are you focusing on what that other person is doing. Yes, it's very hard, especially in these connections, because like I said, there's strong telepathy, there's strong like magnetism, so it's really hard to take the focus off. However, remember, anytime that you're focused, send compassion that way, because you are connected, tethered, so they are receiving whatever it is that you're directing. So offer compassion, and then put yourself in a place of trying to focus yourself on removing any insecurities, because I feel like that's probably what creates a lot of blockage in this specific connection for this energy, right? Every twin flame connection is going to be different, so only take the messages that resonate. In this specific connection, I feel like main blockage is that there's insecurities that are creating walls keeping you apart. And so when there's heavy focus on the other person, it might be coming from that. So it might not either, okay? So only take that if it resonates. Having awareness of why all this hyperfixation on this other person, where is it coming from? Is it coming from a place of just curiosity? Or is it coming from a place of like wanting to have control of that opposite end? Because remember, that's coming from a place of insecurity, of wanting to keep tabs or control over knowing all of the ins and outs, which can bring up insecurity. So remember, that's coming from a place of insecurity. So put your focus inward and really focus on releasing anything that may be causing those insecurities, and trust that your person loves you, okay? This is a twin flame connection, and you just got to allow the universe to work its way and move when you feel guided to, okay? Pull your energy back when you feel guided to, and move towards when you feel guided to, and that's just the way that you go. And when you're both in alignment, it's just going to happen. You won't even have to put any focus on it. It's just going to happen. It's the flow of life, okay? That is what I got for you, pile number 3. This was long and I'm tired, and I gotta go finish packing and get to bed. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Till we vibe again.